A day after Chief Minister Kejriwal entered Tihar jail, Sanjay Singh is now set to walk free from the same jail after he was arrested last year in October, more than 6 months ago. A fair share of drama in the court and outside. First, in the court, where the Enforcement Directorate was asked if there was any need for further custody of Sanjay Singh. Sharp remarks from the three-judge bench with references to his 6 months, quote-unquote, incarceration. And that there are no implications for the first 10 statements of Dinesh Arora, the accused turned approver in liquor policy case, later pointing out that nothing has been recovered and there is no money trace either. Words by the Supreme Court. Aam Aadmi Party made it clear today that the Supreme Court's order has vindicated the party's stand.
आम आदमी पार्टी के सांसद माननीय संजय सिंह जी की बेल सुनी और खुद जज साहब उसके अंदर कुछ प्रश्न केंद्र सरकार से पूछ रहे थे जिसके जवाब केंद्र सरकार ईडी के पास नहीं थे.
But ahead of this big respite to Sanjay Singh, which by the way is being celebrated not only by the Aam Aadmi Party but also the opposition parties, Atishi in the morning made some explosive claims. Hours after Enforcement Directorate told the court yesterday that Arvind Kejriwal was non-cooperative and said or claimed that Arvind Kejriwal told them that the accused turned approver Vijay Nair was in touch with ministers Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj and not him. Atishi has now alleged that 4 senior Aam Aadmi Party leaders will be arrested in next 2 months. And she named herself, Saurabh Bhardwaj, Aam Aadmi Party MP Raghav Chadda and MLA Durgesh Pathak. She also claimed of attempts to poach her by the BJP through someone very close to her and threats of arrest in a month if she doesn't join.
ये इरादा है कि आने वाले 2 महीने में लोकसभा चुनाव से पहले वो आम आदमी पार्टी के 4 और नेताओं को गिरफ्तार करने वाले हैं. वो मुझे गिरफ्तार करेंगे, वो सौरभ भारद्वाज को गिरफ्तार करेंगे, वो दुर्गेश पाठक को गिरफ्तार करेंगे और वो राघव चड्ढा को गिरफ्तार करेंगे. भारतीय जनता पार्टी ने ये उम्मीद करी थी कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी की गिरफ्तारी के बाद आम आदमी पार्टी बिखर जाएगी, आम आदमी पार्टी टूट जाएगी, आम आदमी पार्टी का मोरल डाउन हो जाएगा.
हमारे यहाँ आतिशी जैसे पॉलिटिकल एक्टिविस्ट के लिए कोई वैकेंसी है नहीं, समझे ना. तो ये उन्होंने क्यों कहा, किसने उसको कहा, ये तो कई चीजें, वो युवा नेता उन्होंने भी कह दिया कि एक भाजपा के कार्यकर्ता ने कहा है कि इस बारी 400 पार के बाद हम संविधान को नष्ट कर देंगे. अरे किसी ने ऐसी स्टेटमेंट नहीं दी और मुझे नहीं लगता कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई कार्यकर्ता जाके आतिशी जी से मिलकर कहे एक ऐसे समय जब शराब घोटाले में सारी आम आदमी पार्टी फंसी हुई है, तो हम इस समय उनको अपने यहां लेके हमने क्या अपने लिए सिरदर्दी क्रिएट करनी है.
The plot only gets thicker and possibly murkier. But what do we, the voters, make out of this? I'm being joined by Amit Tiwari, the spokesperson for BJP, Ashwani Dubey, the advocate with Supreme Court, as well as Sisodia, the leader for Aam Aadmi Party. First, let me go across to you, Amit Tiwari. I don't even know what to start with, but let's just take both the things together. Is this the first big setback for the BJP in what seems to be this huge political saga of drama that's unfolding ahead of elections?
No. There is no question of defeat. There is no question of setback. First of all, please understand what is this liquor scam all about. The allegation is that in the formulation and implementation of the liquor policy, certain bribe and kickbacks were taken. Now, the principal accused in that scam is Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, Vijay Nair, K. Kavita and others, Samir Mahindra and group. Now, today, during the course of the hearing, if you see the entire proceeding, which is verbatim was published in the live law, the question put by the bench was, what is the role attributed to this accused? That means Mr. Sanjay Singh. In any case, and my friend Ashutosh Dubey will certainly clarify this, in any case where there are multiple accused, during the consideration of bail applications, role of each accused is analyzed as certain. The role attributed to Mr. Sanjay Singh was that he set up a meeting with Mr. Dinesh Arora and some top functionaries of the Aam Aadmi Party and took 2 crore rupees as bribe for setting up of that meeting.
No. Amit Tiwari ji, before I go across to other two also, I will just make one more question so you can clarify what you're saying. Remember, he was arrested in October last year. And why was he arrested? He was arrested because there was this claim that businessman's close aide had given him 2 crore rupees. There were searches on his residence, after which he was picked up by the Enforcement Directorate. The court saying, why is he in the jail for 6 months when there has been no trial, no money trace that has been able to be established? Isn't this what the Aam Aadmi Party has been saying all this while? A minute to you before I go over to the others.
No, there is a fundamental difference between what is money trail and recovery. Money trail means pointing out specifically as to from which person the money started and where did it land up. The issue is that Dinesh Arora, through his driver, delivered a sum of rupees 2 crore at the residence of Mr. Sanjay Singh. Now, which accused do you think that Mr. Sanjay Singh will wait for Enforcement Directorate to come to his house and recover 2 crore rupees? Will you do that? Obviously, whenever you take bribe money, you park it here and there. You spent it in multiple forms. So recovery of money is one thing. Money trail is different thing. Money trail is always there. And now, if the Aam Aadmi Party, who is trying to set up a political
trace. Let's get to the exact words of trace. The court said trace, but I'll get back to you. You have made your point. I've given you that time. Let me go across to Uma Sisodia. Let me just go across to Uma Sisodia, sir. Okay. All right. 15 seconds. Please complete.
Yes. Till today, their allegations were that the ED is taking actions out of political vendetta, and PMLA is such a draconian law that nobody will get bail. That was the narrative that was sought to be set up. Now today, if they are trying to set up a narrative that merely because Sanjay Singh has been granted bail by the court, Supreme Court, therefore he is innocent, entire case is false, then let them also point out the same judge, Justice Khanna, the same bench, the same Supreme Court rejected the bail application of Mr. Manish Sisodia and said that the money trail to the extent of 337 crore is tentatively established.
Uma Sisodia, let me go across to Uma Sisodia, please, sir. I've given you ample time. Kindly let me go across to Uma Sisodia. Uma Sisodia, please respond.
मैम मैं क्वेश्चन नहीं सुन पाई हूँ.
Please respond to what the BJP spokesperson is saying. No, he is saying you are now claiming that the Enforcement Directorate is not being able to prove anything. Till now, you were crying foul that he has been arrested under PMLA and no one gets bail under PMLA. So the BJP is now claiming that you are going either ways, you do or damned. Whatever happens, you're going to criticize.
कितनी शराफत से बीजेपी के जो एंकर महोदय जो इनके स्पोक पर्सन बैठे हुए हैं, कितने इनोसेंसी के साथ, कितने शराफत के साथ, इस सादगी पर कौन न मर जाए, खुदा कत्ल करते हैं और हाथ में तलवार भी नहीं, कितने आराम से ये लोग बोल रहे हैं. देखिए, आज संजय सिंह जी को बेल मिलना ये इंडिया गठबंधन की एक बहुत बड़ी जीत है. हम लोगों ने 31 तारीख को दिल्ली में जो जन सैलाब सड़कों पर उतारा था, उसके बाद मैं खुद बीजेपी के लोगों से आप ये प्रश्न कीजिएगा, पूरे देश में बीजेपी के खिलाफ माहौल बनना शुरू हो गया. बीजेपी के जो नीचे के कार्यकर्ता जो ग्राउंड रिपोर्टिंग करते हैं, उन कार्यकर्ताओं ने ही बीजेपी के बड़े लीडर्स को ये बात पहुंचाई होगी कि भाई साहब आप मान जाइए, हमारे ग्राउंड में इमेज खराब होना शुरू हो गई है, जनता बिल्कुल अगेंस्ट होना स्टार्ट हो गई है. प्लीज थोड़ा सा डिबेट दे दीजिए आम आदमी पार्टी के कार्यकर्ताओं को, वरना हम सातों की सातों सीटें दिल्ली में हारने वाले हैं. ये ग्राउंड रिपोर्टिंग है. इस बात को बीजेपी का हर कार्यकर्ता और आज बीजेपी के बड़े नेता जिन लोगों ने यहाँ पर तानाशाही पूरे देश में इम्पोज कर रखी थी, उन लोगों की समझ में आ चुकी है. और उसी का परिणाम है कि आज संजय सिंह जी बाहर हैं. और रही बात यह कि ईडी ने ने पकड़ा और ईडी ने छोड़ा, देखिए इन बातों को कोई भरोसा नहीं कर रहा है। सिर्फ हिंदुस्तान की जनता नहीं, आज पूरा विश्व हमारी तरफ देख रहा है कि किस तरीके से डेमोक्रेसी का हनन आज हिंदुस्तान में हो रहा है। और संयुक्त राष्ट्र के सामने हम लोग शर्मसार हैं। संयुक्त राष्ट्र के सामने हम लोग शर्मसार हैं कि हमारे यहाँ हमारे इंडिया में डेमोक्रेसी इस समय बिल्कुल जीरो के ऊपर आ चुकी है। अपने उस छवि को थोड़ा सा सुधारने के लिए बीजेपी वालों ने संजय सिंह जी को रिहा किया।
Okay, there are so many layers to what we have to ask. I'll go back to BJP, but first let me go across to Ashwani Dubey. Ashwani Dubey, how should the court's questions and remarks be seen today? What's the context? How should we see this, considering just about maybe 2 weeks back, Supreme Court had again made a very scathing remark against the Central Probe Agency, saying that you can't be filing supplementary charge sheets and keep a person in court for months, not giving them bail, saying the trial is not starting, the investigation is not over. Ashwani Dubey.
Thank you, Sneha, for having me here. Of course, you cannot continue the investigation for indefinite period. There has to be an end to it with the logical conclusion. And there is one provision which was discussed today. One is Section 45 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Section 45 of the Prevention of Money Laundering Act speaks about the conditions set for bail, and it states that no accused person shall be granted bail unless the court is satisfied that there are reasonable grounds for believing that he is not guilty of such offense and that he is not likely to commit any offense on bail. If this order would have been passed, let me clarify, let me tell you very frankly and with all fairness, if this order would have been passed, an honorable court would have exercised Section 45 of the Penal Act, then of course the whole process which has been initiated in this liquor policy would have been an impact on the trial. So, and that is why the honorable court asked one specific question to learned additional Solicitor General, that why is there further custody of Mr. Singh is required? That is why honorable court said that you have kept him in custody for 6 months. Dinesh Arora has not initially implicated him, and later on, in a statement he does, no money has been recovered. The trace of money is not there because it was long back. Fact of the matter is money has not been recovered. Please keep in mind that if
let me just go across to Aditya Pratap, sir. Just allow me, Aditya Pratap, do you agree to what is being said right now?
Well, in my opinion, the law of the land is very clear. Bail is the rule, jail is the exception. Now, of late, when we see the entire timeline of judgments in the last few years, Supreme Court and other courts have become very strict on financial offenses. Like earlier, 10 years back, people would get bail in financial offenses, but no. Under the stringent provisions of Section 45 of PMLA Act, bail shall not be granted unless the public prosecutor has given a chance to oppose the bail application. But here, what are we looking at? Sanjay Singh has been behind bars for almost 6 to 8 months. Now, this is an offense of corruption. Supreme Court very validly said that where is the money trail? Because we can understand this might be an offense of quid pro quo, etc. There may not be a money trail, but then Supreme Court has to uphold the sacrosanct principles of bail, because see, bail is a part of your right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution of India. Parliament may pass any law, but remember, when the right to bail, we have several monumental judgments of Supreme Court.
So you are essentially saying ED was literally forced into giving that answer because of the scathing questions by the Supreme Court.
Yeah, see, the point is simple. What I'm trying to convey is Section 45 of the PMLA Act is not a bar to bail. See, let's suppose there's a big bank fraud. The bank chairman is found of embezzling and there's a paper trail. He might not get bail. But where the money, because see, the crux is money trail. ED admitted that they have not been able to find out the money trail. Now the point is, if you, through your investigative efforts, have failed to unearth the money trail, how will the law and the court continue to keep him behind bars?
All right, let me hold your thought at that. Let me just go across to Amit Tiwari. You heard what is being said right now, Amit Tiwari. Huge allegations. Remember the sequence of events that's unfolding. Yesterday, the Enforcement Directorate told the court that Arvind Kejriwal is non-cooperative. They named Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj, saying Kejriwal has named them, that Vijay Nair reported to them and not to him, essentially. And today, Atishi comes out and says that there were attempts to poach her. She was offered promises, she was given promises, and a threat of arrest if she did not join the BJP. And she says in next 2 months, 4 other leaders will be out in jail. Amit Tiwari, is the ED following the plot? Is the BJP following the plot? Or is Atishi following the plot?
No, let me clarify this situation as well. As I've said in the beginning, that they are the people who try to set up false narrative. Now, please recall yesterday when Mr. Arvind Kejriwal was produced, he was inside the courtroom. And when the ED made that submission that he was not cooperating in the investigation, as well as he stated in his statement that Vijay Nair did not report to him, but Vijay Nair reported to Atishi and Saurabh. If this fact is incorrect, why did Mr. Arvind Kejriwal then and there clarify it? Because on the other day, he spoke for 20 minutes, 15 minutes inside the court. So he should have stood up. He should have said that I have not made this statement. They are making a false statement. I have never said that Vijay Nair reported to Atishi. So what is the
Sisodia,
situation
why
here?
didn't Kejriwal, why didn't Chief Minister Kejriwal clarify this in the court, Sisodia?
No, he did not. No, he did not. He did not say
If this
that
is a
what Mr.
plot,
Gandhi
if the ED is setting it up,
Kejriwal ought to have done it.
why
If the
didn't
ED is making
Kejriwal
any
clarify this
statement-
in court? Please respond to the BJP.
They did
देखिए,
not.
अरविंद केजरीवाल जी ने जो कुछ भी देश के सामने कहा है उस दिन कोर्ट के सामने कहा है, आप सब लोगों को मालूम है। बार बार ये कहना कि अरविंद केजरीवाल रिस्पॉन्ड नहीं कर रहे हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल सहयोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, मैं इस बात को बिल्कुल नहीं
That's
मानती
not
हूँ।
the point. My point is, if at all the ED was twisting the statements of Arvind Kejriwal in the court before the judge, and if it was not true, the context of what was spoken about Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj in the court, why didn't Arvind Kejriwal, who was also in the court, say this is being taken out of context? Why does the
देखिए,
party
मैं
have to
ED
come
को
out and
कुछ
say
नहीं
who did not have
कहती हूँ
access
कि
to Arvind
ED
Kejriwal or his
किस तरह की है।
statements?
ईडी जो है वो इस समय किसके हाथों में है, वो व्यक्ति या मैं कहूँ वो पार्टी इस चीज को ट्विस्ट कर रही है। बीजेपी इस मामले में बहुत ज्यादा माहिर है कि किसी के बोले हुए शब्दों को वो किस तरीके से घुमा सकती है। जो बीजेपी के नेता घुमाएंगे वही बात नीचे ईडी के
तो वही तो पूछ रहे हैं, अरविंद केजरीवाल ने कोर्ट में इसको क्यों नहीं बोला कि ये मेरे शब्दों को ट्विस्ट कर रहे हैं? क्यों नहीं बोला?
देखिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल पूरी तरह
बीजेपी
से
यही तो
ईडी
पूछ रही
को
है।
पूरी तरह देखिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल ने ऐसा कुछ बोला ही नहीं है। जो आतिशी जी का जो नाम है या दूसरे सौरभ भारद्वाज जी का जो नाम है वो ऑलरेडी आप लोगों के एफआईआर में है। अरविंद केजरीवाल ने तो उसमें कुछ बोला ही नहीं है। एक नॉर्मल परसेप्शन पे उन्होंने पहले भी ये बात बोली थी कि मेरे ऑफिस में बहुत सारे विधायक आते हैं, बहुत सारे लोग आते हैं और वो एक दूसरे को क्या फाइलें दे रहे हैं मुझे हर एक का ज्ञान नहीं है। ऐसे में अगर आप लोग ये बोल रहे हैं जैसे कि ईडी ने उनके ऊपर चार्ज भी लगाया है कि अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के ऑफिस में फाइलों की अदला बदली हुई है, किस बात को किस तरीके से घुमाया जाता है ये बीजेपी से बेहतरीन कोई नहीं जानता। और रही बात ईडी की, देखिए ईडी तो एक बहुत इनोसेंट सी
अमित
चीज है, आप
तिवारी,
उसको बोलोगे इसको पकड़ लो और इसको छोड़ दो तो ईडी
I
वालों
will
ने तो
just
वही
take
करना है
1 minute,
और वही
1
हम
minute
बिल्कुल
to
कर रहे
demolish the
हैं।
claim.
आप
Amit
देखिए,
Tiwari, on one hand, you have Amit Tiwari, you have a minister saying that in the next 2 months there are 4 leaders who are going to go behind the jail based on what the inputs they have received. You have a number 3 of the chief minister or of the Aam Aadmi Party government who is said to be walking free. Is that because the number 1 has reached the jail? And there needed to be some let up for the ED. And when the ED was asked, do you want him anymore because they had the other important people, isko jaane de?
No, that's not the situation. I am a lawyer as well. Let me tell you. The specific question was, you have already kept him in the custody for last 6-7 months. What is his custodial requirement? Obviously, the investigation for Mr. Sanjay Singh was complete and in all respects. So therefore, they said that we don't require his custody. But let me demolish the claims of the Aam Aadmi Party spokesperson here. First, you asked her that Manish Sisodia's bail application was dismissed. Do you take it as a defeat? Because you are taking Sanjay Singh's bail application as a victory for India Alliance. She did not respond to that question. She turned it here and there. Now, second question that you talked about, that the statement of ED that Kejriwal has named Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj was made in presence of Arvind Kejriwal. Did he refute that? No, he did not. She is not answering it. She is saying that Arvind Kejriwal has said everything. What is this going on? Why aren't you? That's what I'm saying. Today, therefore, Atishi made a press conference and is trying to set up a narrative that now, because after Kejriwal, the another league of leaders are going to be prosecuted by the ED. That's not the story. ED did not take Mr. Raghav Chadda's name, or ED did not take Mr. Durgesh Pathak's name. ED stated what Mr. Kejriwal stated to ED. So the Kejriwal was supposed to contradict it, was supposed to refute it, that no, I did not take her name. But he did not say. The idea is very clear.
Aditya
Kejriwal
Pratap?
first washed off his hands from Manish Sisodia by saying that everybody comes to my house, kya kusur karte hain, I don't know. And now when it came to Atishi and the Saurabh, then also he's clearing the deck. He will tomorrow say that I don't know. They reported to Vijayana reported to them whatever transpired in the conspiracy. I don't know. I don't have any department. So Kejriwal is trying to keep himself away from all these persons who were equally involved in the scam. So today, my friend
All right,
should not
okay. Uma
divulge the
Sisodia,
issue.
before I go to Aditya,
देखिए,
Uma
8
Sisodia, please
महीने
respond.
बाद, 8
Uma
महीने
Sisodia,
बाद आप
is Arvind Kejriwal knowingly or unknowingly throwing his close ones, throwing his allies, throwing his ministers under the deck?
देखिए, अरविंद केजरीवाल जी आज भी हमारे मुख्यमंत्री हैं और आज भी अपने जो सहयोगी हैं उनके साथ मजबूती से खड़े हुए हैं। अरविंद केजरीवाल जी के शब्दों को जिस
No, वो तो
गलत
पता है,
तरीके के
55
साथ
MLAs went to Sunita Kejriwal ji's house today.
कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि अरविंद केजरीवाल अपने लोगों के साथ खड़े हुए नहीं है और उन्होंने आतिशी जी का नाम ले दिया, उन्होंने सौरभ भारद्वाज जी का नाम ले दिया। ऐसा बिल्कुल नहीं है। अरविंद केजरीवाल अपने लोगों के साथ बिल्कुल खड़े हुए हैं और ये जो अभी बीजेपी के स्पोक पर्सन आप लोग बोल रहे हैं, आप जो बात कह रहे थे, देखिए तानाशाही इस देश से खत्म नहीं हुई है। हम लोग एक घोषित आपातकाल को इस समय जी रहे हैं, लेकिन पूरे विश्व में आज हिंदुस्तान की
Amit Tiwari, last question. I have 40 seconds for you. Amit Tiwari, तानाशाही इस देश से खत्म नहीं हुई है. The entire India bloc alliance is celebrating this entire verdict that has come out from the Supreme Court. In fact, it's going to be huge optics as Sanjay Singh possibly is going to be walking free, most likely tomorrow, given the technicalities involved. Amit Tiwari, did BJP anticipate this?
No, we are nobody to anticipate. See, we are not investigating it. It is the enforcement directorate who is investigating it. People will file bail applications, courts will decide. But as so far as this Tanashahi issue is concerned, merely because 3-4 leaders are for their corruption inside the prison, does that mean that the democracy is in danger? 120 crore people are going to vote. Are they being prevented from voting? What are they talking about? It's not about democracy. It's about saving their own families and concealing the corruption and the corrupt practices in which they are involved in. So there is no question of Tanashahi. There is no question of prediction.
All right, we're totally out of time. We're totally out of time. That one thing is for sure. Aam Aadmi Party became a political party in the name of possibly fighting corruption. This election is going to be critical for Aam Aadmi Party to prove which side of the corruption are they really standing in. Optics playing out very clearly. Amit Tiwari, Ashwani Kumar, Uma Sisodia, as well as Aditya Pratap, thank you very much for joining us.